Hey, what's up guys? Tempo back with another Elemental Ranger video slash guide. So, this is going to be what's new, updated, fresh. I've been finding out some cool stuff. I've been upgrading gear, passives, gems, and whatnot. Also a little bit in the rotation as well, with a little bit of cool Tempest Bell that I got an idea from someone else actually. But I think I would like to try it out and see how well it actually goes with it. More testing to come. This is gonna be a damage showcase first, into just talk about the build itself, what's new and stuff. If you want a full video guide, I will link it down below. That was my previous video. It was very long. This is gonna be hopefully a little bit shorter, and just showing like what's new and stuff. Also, please, once again, you help me so much by liking the video, commenting, and also following my YouTube channel, which is subscribe, but it doesn't cost anything. Let's get right into the damage showcase, and then we take all the other stuff, basically. So, first of all, I'm gonna show a tier 7 map, 17 map, sorry. This is either a 17 or an 18. It might be a 17 through a 15 plus 2 levels, or it might be a 16 plus 1 level. But nonetheless, it's a 17 map. And also, this is also fully juiced up with additional boss levels. Actually, the most boss levels you can have that I've thought of actually. This guy has about 4 or 5 million. I'm gonna demonstrate some more versions here, but let's get into this one to showcase. This is the full-on burst. Here, his like his bubble, as you could see, like the bubble he does, actually like kind of slows me. So when I click my barrage, it seems like it doesn't go off because, like you see here, I clicked it, but it didn't go off because I was like moving a slight bit, and his bubble makes it slower, and cast speed and movement speed and attack speed, I'm pretty sure, if you're inside of this. So like it didn't go off, and I thought like, why doesn't it work? And then the second time it went off, and then yeah, he gets obliterated. Once again, you want to go into the boss with preferably a Herald of Thunder. 1 or 2 stacks, 3 stacks, whatever is good. Just that you have a stack of Herald of Thunder when you go into the boss. And also, it's fine without it, but it's really good with it. And also that you have 5 stacks of Frenzy charges. Now let's get into the other showcase here of the boss. This one is basically 2 times the HP, and I was showing something to my friend when it comes to that the fact that custom freeze does not work with gasarrow for some reason. It doesn't work good with gasarrow. I'm still trying to find out a way how to make it work, but for some reason it doesn't quite work, even though we're perma freezing mobs and bosses and stuff like that. It just doesn't quite work. So let's see here. There's gonna be an opener without hypothermia, so the boss actually has most likely cold resistance. So it's not like a fair picture of this, but you will see. It's still pretty good. As you can see, that is 8 million HP basically in the duration of like what, 2 seconds. There's like 3, 4, 5 million burst DPS or something. Pretty good. As you can see, the custom freeze doesn't even work on the boss, even though I froze him. I'm pretty sure I froze him. As you can see, it's frozen. Custom freeze does not work. I'm very confused about that. Very, very confused. I am still trying to figure it out, guys. Why it is like that. Here you have a showcase of a tier 3. I'm pretty sure this is a tier 3 of the breach boss. You have to have a breach stone in order to access this guy. You can drop some good loot. You can also make, if you kill him, you get a new book, which also gives you 2 points in order to place in the breach tree, like in the twisted domain tree, to make like the breaches harder or more lucrative. Here you have a demonstration of me showing the bell. But also due to the fact that this was the first time ever I'm trying out the bell, which is maybe a bad time, because this boss is kind of hard. If you don't like one-shot him, he can actually kill you. Once again, you want to start with 5 frenzy stacks, and for this boss I have to rush it to the boss in order to not lose my stacks or the duration. Obviously I don't have a Herald Thunder here, but it's not always perfect. So here I'm pre-placing the gas clouds in order to hopefully make some gas clouds pre until it comes to explode a bit before and right when it comes down. Also here you can see that my opener gets completely scuffed. My whole burst went into him without having cold exposure or hypothermia, which reduces his cold resistances. I don't know. I was so like so focused on like getting the bell right that I just didn't place the hypothermia or the cold exposure with the flask throw like before I did my frenzy charges. Like literally like the whole opener burst basically. So he will probably get way like obliterated if I had put them down before I had bursted. But here you can see I'm trying out the bell. The bell is basically with a weapon swap. I'm gonna demonstrate. I can actually show here a little bit quick. So if you're playing with the bell now, I don't have it out. I have it here. It's also like I think it's gonna be good, but I need to test it more basically. Like you place the bell. It's gonna do damage from your damage, so it's like way extra damage, and you're doing a lot of ailment damage, like a lot of elemental damage. So it should be theoretically very good with this build, but we'll see. So basically, what you do is that you have a weapon swap. I don't have to click X at all to weapon swap, which I'm doing now. I just have to, if I want to go bow, I just shoot with my gas arrow. If I want to go the staff, I just left click instead, which is my staff. So what you need to do is 1, 2, 3, 4 on the boss, and the bell will start glowing here, if I have it here, and then you just press R or whatever keybind you have, you place down the bell, and then you start like hypothermia, cold exposure, shoot, frenzy, and then boom, 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 boom. And then like, holy moly, it should theoretically be a lot of damage, basically. So let's demonstrate the boss. A little bit wonky for sure. You can see the whole damage here basically was without my cold exposure or the hypothermia, which made me a little bit, oh fuck, I'm gonna fucking die, dude. But I mean, it's still pretty nice. But for sure, he would have probably been dead like right about here. He would have probably been dead. But yeah, it is what it is. I had to play the fight a bit, reapply the mark, reapply the cold exposure now. And then just try to blast him down here. A little bit, really wonky, for sure, really wonky. But we made it. It's a tier 3 though, so he's pretty tanky. I think his resistances are like really high, and for me not burning them down at the start there for all my burst was kind of bad actually. I should have just played it better. That's it. Here is a demonstration of a breach. I know it's not the best breach map, but it's what I could find that was kind of decent. It's I think it's in a 16, it's like a breach plus 1 level, I think, or a breach plus a 16 keystone. Here I would recommend that you spec into the breach tree, the twisted domain tree, with first the left side and the middle side, and then you go right side with the breach opening and closing 30% slower. I think that one is really good. As you can see here, I will demonstrate how I'm like going all the way to this side, and then I'm like, fuck, dude, this is like basically not many mobs, and then I was like, fuck it, I'll go all the way to the other side, and hopefully I can squeeze some more mobs in. So I'm taking these hands here, and then I'm just yeeting it to the other side, basically. I think. Yeah, I'm just yeeting it. Look here. This is because of the 30% slower opening. Like you can see, I'm yeeting it all the way to this side. Even taking these 3 useless mobs, I shouldn't have taken them. And I'm like killing like leftover breach mobs here that has been opened here. But I'm a little bit slow for this hand here. I shouldn't have killed those three ones basically. So let's get right into it a bit quick. What's new? Well, you can see the weapon swap basically is new. You just assign here like a quarterstaff, preferably with as much attack speed as you can for it to go quick. I'm going to finesse this and try to make it way better, obviously, with the time these days now. And also Merry Christmas for those that have been celebrating or not. Also, it's New Year soon. Happy New Year's if I don't make like a new video until then. Also, make sure you go and follow me on YouTube and Twitch. Also, if you have any questions while I'm live and stuff like that, you know, I will always try to answer them and be helpful if you have any questions about the build or if you just want to chat. The Twitch and the Discord is linked down below for anyone wondering. So, this is the Frost concussion. I should definitely play something here. I think I just changed this. And I'm thinking what I should place here basically, but I'm gonna put something there. These are the support gems for the Frost concussion. This is the hypothermia. Might change this, we'll see. Also, by the way, for the hypothermia, I might do a weapon swap point set and do like a curse set. Like you can basically allocate these points and place these points where you have them now, and then you can place the second web swap points to like 1, 2, 3, 4, and like go for more curse things basically. You can go like this, and then the curses here and stuff like that, and get more value from the curse. And then basically when you do the curse, it's gonna use the second weapon and have way more strength basically on the curse. That is probably something I will do soon. Herald of Ice and Herald of Thunder is going to be a little mix. I have taken this idea from a friend. I think he took it from someone else. But basically the Herald take, there's some Herald take which makes them like, I haven't quite used it yet, but I'm going to use it now and see how it feels. Otherwise I'm just going back to the original play, which making Ice more cold damage, like just pumping up super cold, and Herald super lightning basically. But now it's gonna be like Herald of Ice is gonna have like magnitude of shock, more shock chance. Shocks from supported skills do not expire on ignited enemies, which is pretty nice. Hopefully this actually works though. And supported gain 25% extra damage as lightning damage, deals less cold and fire damage. So basically Herald of Ice is going to shock and do lightning damage combined with its cold damage. And then Herald of Thunder is going to do same thing there. We'll get into it. Green Feast, this is your defensive. Nothing changed too much here. Doubles your energy shield basically. Gasarrow, we have Primal Armament, Martial Tempo, Scattered Shot, Concentrated Effect, and Immolate. Immolate is like one of the ones I've been wondering most about, what I'm gonna do basically. You could also change Concentrated Effect for like, let's say, breaches, to hit as many mobs as possible if you find yourself like still one-shotting the breaches without it, because it's a lot of damage. Barrage, self-explanatory, Arcane Tempo, Premeditation, Second Wind, Perp Charge, Combat Frenzy, Pro Fusion, this is very important. Now for the Herald of Thunder, like I said with the Herald of Cold, it's a magnifying effect, like more area of effect, attacks of damage, more lightning damage basically. And then we have here cold damage, damage on freezing enemies. And then we have here cold infusion. So it's these infusion ones. Support attack gain 25% damage as extra cold damage, deals less lightning damage. So basically you could swap out this one and put it on Herald of Ice, basically. But this is only when I get my 5th link on them. I only have 4 link on them right now, so basically this is gonna do freezing, this is gonna do freezing and some lightning, this is gonna do cold and shocking, basically. It's really weird, I know, but I'm gonna try it out more. Wind Dancer, basically, is just to have more evasion. Ghost Dance is to basically fill up your energy shield when you get hit, judging from your evasion, and your evasion is supposedly very high. When you're using Tempest Spell, it's gonna be these. For now, I might change them. And basically what you will do is that you will put Tempest Spell into the Wind Dancer. If you do not have enough Spirit, like I have, for example, then you will probably take away like Ghost Dance, for example. So you'll play without these two and just play Tempest Spell for bosses. And if you're not bossing, then you just go Wind Dancer instead of Ghost Dance. I'm pretty sure it's the best, honestly. For mapping at least, and then if you go against a boss, you can always take away like Wind Dancer instead of take Wind Dancer instead of Ghost Dance. Okay. So the gear is I still have my bow, super good bow, so it's really hard to actually replace it. It's insane. This is exactly what you want on a bow. You want some mana sustain, you want the damage, you want the LA damage to be really high, preferably. You want at least an additional arrow. You want 2 arrows for sure, if you can find it. But then you don't want to gimp the damage too much. That's the thing. Also, obviously, this build that I'm demonstrating also works for Deadeye, if you're playing Deadeye as well. Then you will have 1 additional arrow. The head, nothing changed. The neck changed. I went for way more energy shield, and I've also gotten quite some rarity actually. Also, when you're looking at the damage on this build, you're gonna look at the explosion here. You're gonna not look at the arrow. You're not gonna look at the poison cloud. You're gonna look at the explosion basically, and you're gonna look at here. So this is the gear. A lot of lightning damage. You need to add lightning damage to gear and cold damage, preferably all 3 actually. Physical, lightning, and cold. You want to have them on the gear, like as you can see here, physical, cold, lightning, physical, lightning, physical, cold, lightning, right? And then I've also squeezed in rarity here, spirit here, spirit there. A good movement speed on the boots with rarity as well, some energy shield. I've also bought this. I got really lucky the other day that I actually got the headhunter dropping for me. So I sold the headhunter and then I bought this belt basically, and it's bombarding my rings, making them mega strong. Also with the gloves, remember, like I said in the last video, you need to have these gloves converted from 100% basically, and that's how you do it. It's like the original gloves drop as 100% of fire damage converted to cold. Basically what you do is you valor it, and hopefully you can make the percentage of conversion less than 100. So basically 1 to 99, right? And the closer to 99 or 100 you get, the better. So you preferably want something in the range of like 85 to 99, basically, right? These are my flasks. I'm using the charm here for stun immune. Basically, I'm using stun immune, and now we're gonna take into consideration that I have a lot of energy shield, right? And what's new with the passive tree, you might wonder? Yes. This is new. So basically I have some filler points. So basically you can have the whole passive tree here. Okay. If you need more dex or more stat, you would go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, you have these to play with. This is a lot of stats, basically the one in the middle. And you can, basically I've been swapping around these in and out, off and on, depending on what gear I have and what stat I have. If you're missing stats, this is very good to play around with. So basically you see here, these are the filler points, filler point, filler point. These are also filler points you can take. Filler point here. What more filler points? I had filler point here actually, and these two are good filler points. But since I noticed I actually died like 2-3 times due to being fucking freeze. frozen because I got this belt and I lost my second, basically second charm slot. So I didn't have any freeze immune anymore, and I literally just died because I got too cocky with me getting way more damage. It's like, okay, what the fuck? I'm getting perma-frozen now instead. What do I do? So a friend actually gave me an idea. Shout out to Pillar Rocks. And then he actually said, you need to go these. So basically, this actually is a big investment, right? Because this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. But I'm guaranteeing you it is worth it. I have tried it out. I've stood in freezing abilities. And basically, if I get frozen, it's literally for like 0.1 seconds. If even that. Or else I'm just freeze immune, basically. So you need this for sure. If you're playing with the belt, if you're not playing with belt, you will not go these, and you will go more damage or more energy shield here, for an example. It's really good. You will go that instead if you have like double charm slot, basically, for freeze immune and stun immune. So basically, this is how it looks. Just go like this. Really a lot of damage, a lot of energy shield and damage combined with some utility, damage and penna, defensives, damage. This is the burst damage from bosses when on the opener, more friendship charges. We talked about it in the other video. This is more damage. Jewels. For jewels, you're gonna go and try to look for damage on projectile skills, preferably energy shield, and increasing bonus gains from equipped quiver is also gonna be really good. It's gonna open up space for you in the talent tree, not making you need to go like these stat points, basically, because what it does essentially is that it increases the bonuses gained from quivers, which means if you have preferably a quiver with a lot of dex, and also, by the way, this dex is going to be increased by a lot. So basically from this quiver, for example, I have like over 50 dexterity, not 27, right? Because it increases, like here it increases, and plus the gems. Also, I forgot to mention that you do not actually want the chance to pierce an enemy. I only use this quiver right now. It's really annoying that it pierces enemies, because what it does is that it pierces through the enemy and then explosions kind of happens behind them, which is really annoying. But this quiver is so freaking good that I just have to use it for now until I can find like an actual replacement without the chance to pierce an enemy. Otherwise, the gem is going to look like this. If you're looking for gems, increased maximum energy, increased elemental damage. Cost speed is also pretty nice because it helps you place the curse and the barrage, basically this, to get the friendship charges to consume and do a lot of boss damage or rare damage. Or it can look like something like this: increase cold damage, elemental damage, recover 2% mana on kill, basically, mana regeneration rate. Yeah, that's basically it for the stream. So if you have any questions or anything, you can just hit me up on Twitch, tempo1.tv. It's linked down below. You can also join my Discord to get notifications. But also, please subscribe to the channel, aka follow. It costs nothing and you help me a ton. Also leave a comment and like the video if you would like to. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.